Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Loom, Portent of the Vale from Shield Dice Studios. Jay, the guy from Shield Dice, sent me a copy of this for me to have a go at, to provide some feedback. This is the third video. Video 1, we had a quick overview and created our character. Video 2 was the first gameplay and it did not go according to plan. We have 16 Craven points. What are Craven points? Well, those are the measure of heroism, cowardice, that's going to define how well or how badly I complete the game in terms of the ending that I receive at the end of the story, at the end of the game. That's not good. If I remember correctly, I think the worst endings are where you have 6 or more Craven points. So yes, it's not looking good. I don't think it's going to be possible for me to reduce it 10 points, but we shall see. Never say die. So guys, before we begin the game again, we not restart, but we continue our journey. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Thanks in advance. You know you wanna. Right, Barnaby the Craven, our warrior, our trail guard, is on a journey from the southern monastery up to the northern monastery, and we've got to investigate the Vale in between. We've got to try and combat evil, save innocents, search and die, and all these other wonderful bits and pieces. Now, I do recommend watching the previous videos before this one. Video 1 will kind of give you an idea about what the game's all about. Video 2, the first gameplay video, well, I go through some of the basic mechanics as we play. And again, you'll be seeing that as well in this video. But watching the first 2 will help. And again, like them, subscribe, add comments. So let us continue our journey. Now currently we have a little bit of an injury on the torso. Max is 3. We're taking 1 point of damage to torso. 16 Craven points. I've got 1 challenge modifier. I want to try and get rid of that if possible. Right. Did I update all of my quests? I honestly can't remember. Let me just double check. I think I've updated everything. All right. Again, just to reiterate what I said last time, quests, if you complete the number that is required, it can give you better equipment when you start the next game if you die. Right, we've got 2 remedial herbs which will help with poison. We've got some small animal bones which I may need to use to okay, so the small animal bones I can use as a command, and it will give me, because my chosen demiurge or god is Osseous Vir. So I'll get -2 challenge modifier and -1 Craven point. I'd like that to be the other way around, but never mind. So I haven't used it yet because I want to try and maximize the use. Maximize the effect. Right, we are continuing. Now, in the last video, I think we completed the camping. Now we're moving to the next spot. So we're moving to here. We rolled down the dice 1 point. This represents time of day kind of thing. And we're in a new location. So for each location, we draw a card. We have the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so let's turn to the Queen paragraphs or Queen scenes, which are here. It's hearts. So clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. So that's the paragraph or the scene that we're going to face. But before we can do anything there, we have to generate the keywords, because every one of these paragraphs or scenes is missing keywords that you will roll on these word input tables. So we are hearts. Okay, hearts are down here. Right. So we've got C, A, E, F. Hearts, Queen of Hearts here, right. C, building. A, road. E, condition, F, NPC. Okay, this is my first NPC. All right. So let us begin. Let us start. Table C. Building. Right, what building do we find? 9. A black abbey. That doesn't sound good. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, you can actually write these keywords in the book, in the paragraphs here, or you can write them on these cheat sheets, which I'm going to do because I'd rather print this than have to keep printing these out. So, Black Abbey, it can be interacted with, so we can search, we have to search the buildings, and it has a challenge rating of 3. That's not good. Next part is A, road. Oh God, another 9. Puddled. Puddled road. Okay, oh no, 3 again. E, condition. Oh no, 10. Diseased. Oh dear, 3 again. Oh no. And F, NPC. 6. Nobleman. And again, that can be interacted with. Bonk, 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 bonk. C, A, E, F. Okay, and the nobleman is 2. Oh dear. Right, so now once we've done that, every word on these tables has an associated challenge rating. You total all those challenge ratings to get the TCR, the total challenge rating for this area, for this scene. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh. And that becomes the target that we need to roll when we're doing actions or commands. 11. Oh no. You've got to do at least 2 commands per area before you move on. We have 2 interactive elements here. We've got a building and a NPC. Oh dear. We're in trouble. Right. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that at the moment. Let's read the paragraph and see exactly what we've come across. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Right. This is follow the cairns. Right. The dreary Black Abbey lies before you. The long walk across a puddled lowland area was tiresome, but you have reached the building you spotted from an outcropping. Before you move to investigate this place further, you see the pale outline of a person pass by, and then another. These spirits, one by one, follow a trail marked with cairns, up and into a darkness so black it pains the eyes. Can I go with them? Someone asks. My family. A diseased and bloodied nobleman whispers, appearing at your side. They left in life, and now they leave in death. Ooh, ek, blimey. Right, so we've got a diseased nobleman who's an NPC that we do have to interact with. If you haven't watched the previous videos, the way that this works is if you come across a foe in a location, you have to deal with them first. So either by combat, by evading, by hiding, or by just fleeing the area. Then you have to do any NPCs and buildings that you may encounter. And then after that, if you haven't done at least 2 commands, you can then do foraging, searching, or whatever else. So we have to search the abbey and we have to interact with the NPC, the nobleman. Right, so we are going to interact with the nobleman first, the diseased nobleman. Now here's the thing. I'm not expecting success on this, so because the TCR, the total challenge rating, is 11. Assist NPC, I've got a +1. So I've got to roll a 10 plus on 2 dice. Now, do I have any items that can help? No. Sometimes you'll find items that will affect the total challenge rating. So we are going to interact or try to interact with this NPC. The total challenge rating is 11. I've got a +1 for my command skill, but I've also got a challenge modifier of +1 here because I screwed up some rolls before. So it becomes a 12. With a +1 means I've got to roll 11, not 10. I've got to roll 11 to succeed in helping this nobleman. Come on. Nah. So we fail. What happens if we fail? We get a 4. The NPC, the nobleman, spouts maddened ramblings of abominations and rift magic. +2 CP. Why is it every time I'm getting CP? So my CP is now 18. Let's see how high I can get it. I mean, he could attack. There's different things that can happen when you succeed or fail one of these command checks. And this is, again, one of the elements that's been influenced by the designer's love of text-based RPGs like Zork and AI Dungeon. He could have attacked me. He could also immediately cause damage and everything. So, okay, so we've interacted with that's one command done. I also have to investigate and search the Abbey. So search building, I've got no modifier. Oh, no. So TCR of 11, +1 is 12. I need to roll a 12. I need to roll a double 6. Of course, we fail. Right, what happens? A 1. Whilst moving through the darkness, you spring a makeshift trap. -2 hit points. Oh no! Oh no! And again, with damage, you've got to roll for each point in terms of location. So 2, oh no. So the first point hits me on me bonce. Hits me on the head. So I take 1 point of damage to me noggin. So I've got 2 points in me noggin. If me head or torso goes down to 0, I be dead. Second point of damage, 3. Left arm is there, right. So that goes down to 1. Uh-oh. Assisted an NPC. Now, even though I failed, because of my difficulty rating, I'm doing it at Trail Guard difficulty, which is the 2nd level. Quest points are counted on successful and unsuccessful rolls. At higher difficulty levels, they only count when you are successful. I failed the assisting NPC, but it still counts for this difficulty level. We also searched another building, so that goes up to 3. Again, I failed the search, but it's okay. At level 2 difficulty, it still counts, so buildings is 3. I'm halfway there. So if I die and I have any quests completed, I could get a better item to start the next game. Right, we have done the nobleman NPC, we have done the location, the Black Abbey, so we have done our 2 compulsory commands. We can now move on. Right, and this area is done. So now we're going to move to this area to help with our quests. So we're going to move over to here. Clock counts down before the night. Once this reaches 1, we have to do a campfire. So we reach this area here, we find another torch gate. So we've now visited 2 of the 4. Again, quests can give us good items for our next game in case we die. When we die. And now it's a location, so we have to generate what's going to be there. And we get a 9 of hearts. Okay, I'm going to move up to here, so the clock goes down to 3, nothing in there, but we still have to generate our scene. It is the Queen of Diamonds. I did shuffle these. Right, Queen of Diamonds. Put this back. I can get in there. All right. Queen of Diamonds, right? Queen of Diamonds. We've now got to generate the words, the keyword, diamonds, diamonds, queen. Okay. C, description. We get an 8. Unhallowed. And that is a challenge rating of 2. A, building. 5. Another apothecary. This has to be interacted with as challenge rating of 1. E, condition. 5. Weeping. Challenge rating of 1. Not interactive. And F, NPC. I'm doing really badly with these NPC interactions. 6. Farmer. Challenge rating of 2. Okay. So we generated all the words. The total challenge rating is 6. Much more possible. Okay, let us read the paragraph. Queen of Diamonds. Right. You make for a large cave network, knowing you will find shelter from the constant storms. Once inside, you see moss-covered, unhallowed statues. You stop to watch them and they crumble before your eyes. What curse is upon this place? You know there to be an apothecary within, so head in that direction. The cavern roof is unseen beyond the smog above you. Water drips here and there, the sound echoing off into the deep. You can see the light of exits atop carved stairways. A weeping and armoured farmer, farmer with armour, calls to you from a candlelit alcove. Okay, so we have a building and an NPC, so I have to do those before I can move the area. So we're going to do the NPC first. Now I do have, okay, so the challenge, the TCR is 6, but I do have a modifier of 2, so 6 becomes 8. Helping NPCs, I get a +1. So 8 minus 1 is 7. I need a 7 to succeed. Fail 2. The NPC is a pagan using dark magic to disguise themselves. Begin combat. You swine. Right, so we've assisted another NPC but failed again. Okay, so combat against this guy. Challenge rating is not stated, so you use the location. So it's 8. I've got a +2, so I need a 6+. Yay! See, combat's fine. It's everything else that's screwed up. Success 2. You sluggishly vanquish your foe. So no treasure or nothing, but we do vanquish a foe, which means we have completed the foe's vanquished quest. What that means is that if I now die, the next time that I play this, I'm going to get a legacy item when I start the game. So it makes it, it's like a boon, because you died, it's trying to help you. The game's trying to help you. Right, so that was the NPC. What else is there? There is a building. I need to search the building as well. Uh-oh. Searching the building, I don't have any bonuses. Challenge 1052. So that's an 8. No modifier, so I need an 8. Success! Wow, that doesn't happen very often. So we succeed in searching the building. We get 5. You find a hidden item and a map of the road ahead. Nice. So blue first. 66. Orb of Osseous. Used to bypass death and carry on. +4 CP. That would make my Craven points 28. But if I die, I can choose to use this item to basically just carry on. Not have to worry about the quest, starting again with a new item. No, I just use this item to just carry on, but I'll be getting a +4 CP. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be getting the worst ending, so bring it on! So we have the Orb of Osseous. Now, I'm actually finding a lot less items than I have done in my other playthroughs. Right, so we have done our 2 required commands or checks here. Building an NPC. There's no foe. So we are done. Okay, so this area is clean. I'm now going to go to this area here Get another one of these torch gates. Again, gives me an option of getting something if I die. So I've got 3 of those now. One more. Now we have to check the location. My dice is at 2. So the next time I'm over, I've got to do the camping. We get a Jack of Clubs. Right, Jack of Clubs. Here we go again. Clubs. On that one. Want the word input sheet, don't we? Clubs. There you go. Right. So we have the Jack of Clubs here. Right, clubs. The first thing we need to do is B, terrain. We get a 7, woodland. Jack of Clubs. Woodland, not interactive, and it has a challenge rating of 2. A, description. Oh, why do I keep moving that dice? We get a 5, damp. Challenge rating of 1. E, a foe. We get an 8, armored bandit. Now what's this guy got a weakness? He's got a weakness against blunt, so that's no good to me. Challenge rating of 2. And F, a shrine, another blooming shrine. 4, piled shells. Now this can be interacted and it has a a challenge rating of 1. So the total challenge rating is 6. But again, I've got a modifier here of 2, so it becomes 8. I really need to get some healing for my arms. Right. Let us put this into the scene and see what's going on. Jack of Clubs up here, right. Drums in the distance, right. Drums beat somewhere yonder. The darkening woodland pulsates to the sound, a curtain of ash hanging in the air before it. You know some pagan ritual is occurring in the surrounding hillocks, but you cannot place the source, as if nature herself wishes to hide those heathens from your fist. The damp horizon tells no secrets. As the form of an armored bandit rises ahead, ash clinging to its body, you pray to your chosen demiurge that none are being sacrificed this day. A nearby shrine of piled shells gives you hope of holy intervention. Well, I don't know about that. Right, so we've got a foe and we have a shrine, wasn't it? Clubs, F, shrine. Right, so we're going to do the foe. The shrine is optional, but we're going to do the foe first. Right, so I've got a +2 for my combat. Challenge rating is 8, so +2 means I need a 6+. Because his weakness is blunt, not sharp, so no other modifiers, so I need an 8, so I need a 6. Yay! You sluggishly vanquish your foe. Get nothing. Right. But that is complete, so we vanquished another foe. Okay, I've already done maximum that. So that quest is complete. I don't need to make notes of foes vanquished anymore. We've also got a shrine that I can look at. And again, shrines could heal me and get rid of CP, so I might as well try it. So I need an 8 for the shrine because I've got no modifier. 6. 4. Something else heeds your words. The shadows of an old war encompass you. Flames and sundered flesh. -2 hit points. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. So 2 hit points. First one is 6, the right leg, which is there. So 1 point left on that leg. The second point. Oh no, I'm dead. He hits me head. Me head goes back to 0. Oh no, I'm dead. Right, it kills me. Now, like I say, I do have this orb of Osseous. Which I could use. Let's have a look. What does it actually say? Used to bypass death and continue on. So I'm thinking, would that restore all of my hit points, or just the one that killed me. I'm thinking that it's just the one that killed me because it says used to bypass death. In other words, the thing that kills you doesn't happen. So essentially this is going to allow me to get 1 point back on my head, I think. Now, what would happen if I have died? Well, let me put this back for a second. Let me show you what happens. Because technically I have died because my head's gone down to 0 and I've got no way of stopping it unless I use this item. So, if I have died, what I need to do now is come to the death page. And on this death page is a paragraph here. I'm going to read it to you because, just in case. Your eyes close behind the iron veil, with final rasping breath released into the crisp air. The pain you felt in life subsides and all is darkness, the sound of your beating heart becoming heavy in your ears. Rest now, someone whispers. Rest, child. Could it be your mother comforting you from beyond the grave? Emerald flames dance in the dark, a song plays in the distance. You think on your life and on your cowardice. The old wars spring forth, flames and the expiration of youth. Osseous Vir rises from the black pools of Nihil, and in the roiling space above them the many eyes of She look on. You witness the forms of people, huddled in their thousands, marching towards an endless gullet of swollen flesh. They are swallowed by time itself, by a never-ending sleep, and by the cosmos. The black void beckons. Now, when you die, because at the higher levels it's going to be a certainty, but when you die, you've now got to check and see whether you have achieved what they call a legacy death. And what you have to do first is check your quests. Have you completed any quests? In this case, we have completed one quest, Foes Vanquished. So we look down here, Foes Vanquished. It unlocks a legacy item, the Demon's Dirge. So on the items, legacy items, Demon's Dirge. Now, this is an item you can only get through accomplishing quests and dying. And when you start again, when you create a new character and start the game again, you can have access to this, or in my case, this Demon's Dirge, this weapon, instead of the normal ones. So what is it? Demon's Dirge is sharp and blunt. Very useful. A glimmering morning star. This weapon warbles laments as it strikes down your foes. Made from the matter of a fallen one, stars move along the singing surface and dying worlds wait within. Now this is one of the items that you could get. Now what else is there? Well, there's a couple of other things that you may find during the game that can also give you access to legacy items if you die. Harmonica Malediction and the Moonsmith's Sigil. These are things that you could find on your path. So now I've got two options. I can either die and gain the Demon's Dirge, this weapon, this Morning Star, and start a new game. Or I can use the Orb of Osseous to ignore that last wound. Would it ignore that one as well? I think it would just ignore the one that kills me. And I can carry on. Which I think is what I'm going to do because I want to show you how the endings work as well. So, we are not going to die. I am going to use the Orb of Osseous to prevent my death, which means my noggin, my head, has 1 point left and I am still alive in very bad shape. Really bad shape, but not dead yet. Right. But I wanted to show you how death works, how the legacy items work. And now I've got to get here to show you how the endings work. Right, let's continue. Right, now we move to here. This is another portent. So we go to the portent page. We roll for a portent, blue first. 5-1. Portent of Hope. You stand within the eye of a storm, the rain and winds ahead ever ceasing. Ever ceasing or never ceasing? Right, so that was the Portent. That was Portent of Hope. Hope. Oh, well. Spread out. None's higher than any of the others. Okay. So now we've got to do the location, which is a 5 of clubs. Right. 5 of clubs, which is this. 5 of clubs goes here. Okay. D. Oops, sorry, I need the word list. Clubs. D is smell. 8. 8. Acidic moss. Had that before. Challenge rating of 2. Next is B. B is terrain. 5. Grove. Again, can't interact with this. Grove is a challenge rating of 1. Nice. C is noise. Again, not interactable. Is that a word? Interactable. We get a 6. Disturbed birds. Disturbed birds. Challenge rating of 2. And E. E is a foe. Tickable. We get a 7. Lone wolf. Weakness of sharps, you get a +2. Nice. Interactable and challenge rating of 2. Nice. So the total challenge rating is 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 3 makes it 10. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's not good at all. Did I have something that I could use to, or did I use it already? I can't remember. Have I forgot? Did I also forget to? No, I fled, didn't I? So I don't get any quest increases. Right. So we are here. Let us read the scene. It is the 5 of clubs. Right. The smell of acidic moss overpowers your senses as you steadily make your way across a crystalline grove. These crimson crystals are said to fall from a burning sky, caused by the murder of a saint. They grow like blood from a wound, shimmering brighter than the skies above them. As the wind moves across the fractal surfaces, you hear disturbed birds. Whether the sound is real or caused by the song of the crystals, you cannot tell. Something passes between the otherworldly rocks ahead. You freeze, noticing a lone wolf. Right, there's only one thing I can interact with, and I've got to interact with it first. So this is going to be combat. Where's my command sheet? There it is. So combat, I've got a +2, and the lone wolf has a weakness against sharp weapons. So I'm actually getting a +4. So the TCR is 10, so I need to roll a 6+. Oh, yes, we succeed, so we defeat the wolf. 4. You vanquish your foe and take a foraged item from their corpse. What do we get? 3. Snake skin. Maybe that was stuck in his teeth. Stitched into clothing in holy worship of She. Used for a -2 to the total challenge rating TCR of an area containing an NPC. That could be very useful, so I think I'm going to use that at some point. Snake skin. Again, I haven't been finding a lot of items, that's why I've still got space. Okay, that could be very useful, but it's only in an area that has an NPC. Right, good. What else? We've still got one more command to do. 5 of clubs, donk. So there's nothing else I can do here, so I've either got to forage or search for tracks. I'm going to forage. Now I do have something that can help me. Seeds of Sight. What does that do? Seeds of Sight. Used for a -2 to the challenge rating only when foraging. Well, let's play safe, shall we? I'll use those. I'll use the Seeds of Sight to give me a +2. Or a -2 to the CR. So CR, what are we at? 5 of clubs, so that becomes an 8. Right, foraging, I get a +1, so I need a 7. Combat, yeah, go ahead. Everything else, nah. So I fail the foraging. Oh no. 3. You breathe in poisonous spores. So that gives me 1 point of poison, which is, in effect, another challenge modifier. However, I do have remedial herbs. Hang on. Okay. So I will use one of the remedial herbs to get rid of that poison. I've got 2 of them. I've only got 1 now. So we get rid of the poison. Poison! Alice Cooper. Right. But good news is, look, we've done that area. We've done the 2 commands. Now we move. We reach the other monastery. And this means it is the end of our journey, the end of our story. And now we have to find out the ending. What happens at the end of our story? Well, I can tell you now, with a Craven point of 28, it's not going to be pretty. So let me just quickly put this back in the folder, and then we can check out the ending. Now this has actually been a very long journey, so I may cut and edit the middle bit. But I'll leave in the important parts. Right, so we're at the monastery, so I can move that now. Right, journey's end, yes. Let's go here. Right, so we go here to where it says the nocturne plays. This is where we find out our ending. Right, you traipse along the frosty path, grass withered along its edge. Atop the hill, your destination lingers, a silhouette against the coming night. Stone wings pierce the mists above, and the sounds of piano keys reverberate here. The gate to the monastery grounds is broken, bent downwards and burnt as if by lightning. You make your way onto the gravel of the gardens as dead eyes watch from the darkness. The ghosts of those you have slain, all of them whisper your name in unison. Or is it nothing more than the shadows and the winds playing wicked tricks on you? The stones of the monastery are draped in a thick frost, and its innards let fall green light from the stained glass windows. You make for the towering doorway, trembling at the thought of what may await you within. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Right. Your ending. Right, how is our story going to end? How is our journey going to finish? Right, what you have to do, you have to determine which ending we have unlocked. We have to look at our Portent points and Craven points. Right, so we look at the highest Portent points. If multiple have the same amount, I can choose one of which I have points. So, what else is there? If one has higher points than the others, we have to choose that. So, what you do here is you look at your different portents, and if one of them has more points than any of the others, that is the one that's going to affect your ending. If you have multiple, in this case like me, multiple with the same amount, no higher, then I can select which one, but before I read the endings, obviously. If the highest Portent points match your family sigil, in my case is truth, which isn't going to happen, you unlock a sigil ending, which is a special ending. So essentially you really want to, again, I don't know if the sigil endings are any better, because I haven't read them. I don't want to spoil the surprise. But there is a special set of endings if the highest set of portents is the same as your sigil. If multiple portents have the same amount and your family sigil is among them, automatically use your sigil's portent in correlation. So yeah. So I don't want to ruin the surprise. I don't know if the sigil is going to be better or worse if it's the same. But in our case, it's not. Now, I have 1 point in hope, fear, courage, and sin. So 2 negative, 2 positive. Sin and fear, negative. Hope and courage, positive. I think I'm going to go for a positive one. I'm screwed anyway. I think I'm going to choose hope. Let's go with hope. So I'm selecting hope as the portent. We then have to look at our Craven points, which is 28. 0 to 1, you get the best ending. 2 to 4, you get the sort of mid ending. 6 plus, you get the worst one. I've got 28. I think I've got the worst one. So, hope, and the worst one is ending A1. Can you guys see that? Yeah, there's a table here. You've got the potents here for the columns, and then the rows is based on how many Craven points you've got. So 28 Craven points is up here. So hope, okay, so we get ending A1. So all the different endings are here. You've got hope on one page, fear, faith, all the other different portents. And again, you've got A1, A2, A3. A3 in this case would be the best one. A1's going to be the worst. All right, let's read our ending. How does our story end? You enter the monastery and close the door behind you. The shrill voice of the wind cuts silent. Dappled light dances along the pews and alcoves, the faces of statues alive with shadow. Your footsteps echo upwards into the rafters, and ornate gargoyles watch with stony sight. Tallow candles burn low in huddled groups, as if sharing the warmth of their flames. Before the altar of your order you see a form, kneeling in a position of prayer. As the figure shifts, you hear the clinking of armor. Your body trembles with fear and exhaustion. Oh God. Welcome, he says. I have heard tale of your coming, Craven. Come, shame of the Vale trail. Join me in prayer. You look around afraid and see no monks, no others of the trail guard. Who is this armored stranger? You move closer, hoping him to be an ally to you and your kin. A green light seems to roll across the surface of his greaves and pauldrons, though you cannot spot the source of it. You move closer still, and as you do so, the figure rises, towering above you. This knight is 9 feet tall, at least, face hidden beneath a closed helm. He holds a hand upwards and into the fading light. Between his gauntleted fingers there rests a black rose. A single petal falls from it, as if in time to the pagan's nocturne that grows in volume. All from something so seemingly insignificant. Can something so powerful grow, he whispers. Hope grows. With a swift movement, his other hand draws a blade of pooling shadow and buries it into your chest. The rose petals fall entirely, leaving only thorns. As your blood pools, he lifts his visor, a sad face of black boils as he watches you die. Go to the death page. Yeah, I did. So I got the worst ending for Hope. No surprise really. I was just getting so many Craven points. Well, I mean, in this playthrough, in this gameplay, you've managed to see most of the key elements of the game. You've seen how the different commands work. Where's the command page? Here we go. You've seen how most of these work. I mean, I didn't evade or hide at all. You've seen how we generate these keywords, use the use these scenes and the paragraphs to generate the story. You've seen what happens when you die. And you've also seen an ending. As bad as it was, you've essentially seen how the game plays. Now, this has taken quite a while for me to go through this playthrough. So what I think I might do is, in editing, I may cut some of the maybe some of the less important elements of the playthrough, just to make the whole video a little bit shorter. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's given you a clear understanding of what the game is, how it works, and whether it's a game for you. Like I say, it will probably appeal to Torch in the Dark fans. It will probably appeal to adventure gamers in general, but it is a print and play. I don't know if there's any plans by Shield Dice Studios to actually release a physical product of this. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But follow the link below for the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter does finish on June the 29th, 2023. I like it. This was my 4th game. I've never had anywhere near as many Craven points as this. I think the highest I've had before this was like 6 or 7. So this was kind of an experience for me. But it is a good game. It is a lot of fun. Thank you once again to Jay for sending me a copy and allowing me to play through this in advance. But please, reminder, this is still a working copy. It is still work in progress, and this is not the final product. It may not reflect exactly what the final product will be. There have been changes as I've been preparing for these videos. I have been discussing certain things with Jay regarding things that I've been finding, suggestions, and like I say, there may be more changes between now and the final product. So again, this is still work in progress. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Give me some comments. What do you think? Do you think you'll be adding this to your collection? I'm always interested to discuss and have conversation with you guys. So again, thanks once again to Jay. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with me as I've been successful at combat but bad at everything else. But that's me. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. And again, the link's in the description below for the Kickstarter. Cheers guys. See you in the next video.